I think in the moment where I understood I'm just doing music for the dance floor, and I want, like, if I'm doing a track, I at least test it 2 or 3 times on a packed dance floor on the main time before I release it. I will never release a track again just without testing it.
Okay, let me cut in right there really quick, because again, I know, Ty, we've talked about this. So you're saying that you test these tracks to see if they work live, if they translate that way on the dance floor before you release it.
Yeah,
So
100%.
having tracks working live is really important for you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it is like sometimes you finish something in the studio and you take it to the club, play it, and yeah, you just see in the first 20 seconds, like, no, it sounded great in the studio, but people don't get it. But 80% of the tracks where I think like in the studio, okay, this is 100% a banger. It works like I thought it's going to work. And then for me, it's maybe I do a little fine tuning here and there, and then, yeah, we release it or shop it and then release it.
Yeah, because like Rob said, we've had the discussion before and all that too, where people don't think about the live aspect of it, and then it kind of fails in the club. But the Spotify streams are good.
Yeah, well, you have it from a DJ's perspective, right? I mean, a DJ's perspective is to make sure it works on the dance floor, and again, we've talked about it before. It's like we make dance music. We literally make dance music, and so some things that we'll hear come out, it's like, well, it might do well on Spotify, but from a live aspect, it's just not going to translate. So no, I found that really interesting that that's something that you focus on prior to release.
Yeah, I mean, there were several tracks which were super successful like 3-4 years ago. And I just saw like all of these tracks hit like easily a million to 5 million streams. And it was good. I mean, it looks good on your Spotify, but no one out there cares. You don't get booked for that. No one cares about 5 million streams. You can put it on your Instagram and think you're like an amazing artist, but no one cares about these numbers. It is like 2 or 3 playlists who get you to those numbers, you know? There's way more than that. You have to be played in the clubs. You have to have the residents who do bootlegs out of your tracks. And once this happens, this is where really your name gets a hype. And that's the moment where you get booked. So I always think it's funny how like people, I mean, of course, if you have high Spotify numbers and you have like 1 million or 2 million monthly listeners, it's easier to get clearings for publishing. It's easier to get remixes and all that stuff. But to get booked, you need the hype in the clubs, in the radio, or in festivals. That's it. Everything else is just numbers.
That's gold. That's gold because it makes it real, right?
Yeah,
like these,
for sure.
These numbers can be faked. They can be, whatever the case is. But when you're having these tracks work live, that's like you said, that is how you get booked. That is the answer, Ty. Because a lot of people, they've asked us in our Discords, like, hey, how do I get shows? How do I get festivals? And they think, boom, just make a track, go pump it up on Spotify through the curated playlist that you can pay to be on, and people will be calling you. That is not how it works. And I really like the fact that you reaffirm that.
Yeah. It is, I mean, it is sad to see sometimes. I know a couple of artists who have like amazing streaming numbers. Like I'm talking about like 50, 60 million streams on a track. And the tracks are strong. I mean, they really have the potential to be played on radio, but these guys get booked then. And they're not ticket sellers, because the branding is missing. The DJs are missing who play the songs, I think it's a whole package of a couple of puzzle pieces,
For example, like Mal P and all that with his Drugs to Amsterdam song too, the live DJ support is really what helped it get to that number that it's at now. What's like over 10 million or something?
Oh, dude.
Yeah. For a club track. Yeah. That's crazy.